All right, welcome to the Growing Dome at the Truckee Community Farm. It's December 17th. It's a beautiful winter morning, and we're going to take a tour of this phenomenal four-season growing structure, which is very climate appropriate for our weather here in North Lake Tahoe, and why we're hoping to build more of them, especially at schools and hospitals. So let's take a trip. You can see we got a nice fresh dusting of snow this morning. Off to our left, we have some three-season growing techniques using cold frames, because we want to be able to provide here at the farm different alternatives for people. And as we go inside, we're going to see what's going on in this fourth season. And like I said, this is December 17th. Last night it got down to around 12-14 degrees, and the ambient temperature inside the dome was 33, but the soil was just around 50 degrees. You can see we got an array of leafy greens and rooted vegetables. These are our cool, hardy winter crops that we grow throughout the winter. So we have arugula, we got mache and spinaches, a bunch of different lettuces. We have, of course, chard, a lovely forest of kale, kale, and we're experimenting with a cover crop here in the back, a hairy vetch and rye, which is a great way to keep soil structure going during the winter time. As we do a quick panorama, we'll see some of the rooted vegetables we have, like beets right here. And we're always kind of playing around with some different growing techniques. Here's potatoes growing in some bean sacks, because potato plants get really, really big. So as the potatoes grow, you just fill it up with more soil and roll the coffee bean bag up higher and higher until you're ready to harvest those potatoes. So what makes the growing dome so spectacular and such a wonderful way to be able to harness our sun's energy that grows our food 150 miles away, but allows us to utilize those 280 days of sunlight to grow food here in Tahoe? One of the best things about the growing dome is our 3,200-gallon water tank, and there's a quick view of our fig tree. Yep, fig tree that is. And so the water tank is scaled appropriate for this size dome. Water is a great heat sink and thermal mass, so it captures the heat of the sun during the day, expelling it at night to help regulate the temperature's dome, heating the dome in the winter, cooling it in the summer. This mylar that you see, this mylar coating on the back, helps insulate that north wall, but also deflects that low-angled winter sun, driving that heat sun into that body of water to be able to capture more of the sun's heat. And in the summertime, when the sun is at its highest point, that mylar actually helps shade the tank as well. So keeping that water cool in the summer and keeping it warm in the winter. One of the principles to four-season growing is keeping your soil warm. And these fans right here pull warm air through those beds to keep that soil at an optimum temperature. Especially these outer beds. They're most prone and vulnerable to frost penetration and heat loss. So we really want to do all we can to keep those outer beds warm throughout the winter. In the summertime, though, we have a variety of different fans to help cool the dome, pulling in that cool air from the outside. We've also added in an additional shade cloth that you can see here, and we don't even need to take it down in the winter, so once it's up it can stay up, which is wonderful. We've opted here at the Truckee Community Farm to double up the function of this water tank to incorporate an aquaponic system, which is where you grow food without soil. So we put fish in the tank and we run that nutrient-rich water up into these grow beds. And then the plant's roots filter that water, returning clean water back to the fish, and it creates a closed loop for growing food. That's just a few of the wonderful features here we have with the Truckee Community Farm's growing dome. As you can see, the structure itself, being that it's a geodesic shape, is optimum for capturing as much heat sun's heat throughout the day. The shape of it naturally lends itself to shedding snow, as well as being more aerodynamic, letting wind pass over it. And we can see the sun starting to work its way in on this frosty morning. So thanks so much, and we look forward to seeing you out here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.